Where's the best place for content on the world of
I
ice and
muted
fire?
myself. That's
right
fine.
over there.
What?
See where I am pointing with my dagger? I just found.
Sporking News Podcast. With me, Sporking. Make sure you like and subscribe.
I got a little scared there. I didn't know what the hell that was, Grant. That was good.
That was
buddy.
you. That was you and Matt.
I like it. Can we? It's 15 seconds. I'm going to play it one more time. Hope you guys don't mind.
Where's the best place for content on the world of ice and fire?
Right over there. See where I am pointing with my dagger? I just found.
Sporking News Podcast. With me, Sporking. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Oh man, I love it. That was awesome.
Did
Thank
you have
Grant.
Mag record that, or take it just from clips?
No, that was just AI.
Oh,
So awesome. That's so awesome. Well, welcome everybody to Sporking News Podcast. It is Monday night, the day after episode 4 dropped, which is what again? It is the Red Dragon and the Gold, episode 4. Like we told you a couple weeks ago, it was not going to be a Dance of Dragons, but it was in a spot that I disagreed on. I thought it'd be later in the season. So whoever out there got me, you got me. You win. But with us, yeah.
You made a fool of yourself on the internet by making one mistake. Haha.
Got me good. We have Soul Assassin out there. Bad Takes is in here. Spencer, what is up, my man? Bounding into comics. The man, the myth, the legend. Christy's in here, and we got Teresa here, and E. Clay Thomason. Hello, that clip was awesome. Thank you, buddy. So show's 24 people watching, so thank you guys. Please make sure whatever you're doing this on, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But let's get to the episode. So I'm just going to go around as I introduce you and tell me what you gave the complete episode. Bad Takes Bojan, what did you think about this episode?
Amazing. 8.5. Totally happy. Love the dragons. Cried harder the second time I watched it. Because, you know me, I'm a big Rhaenys fan. So
Yeah. Pour some out for her. Even though she kind of committed suicide. But anyways, all right, next up is Grant of House Gregory. What is up, man?
I gave it 2 out of 2 kinslayings.
2 out of 2 kinslayings. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that because we're gonna have to talk about that. Christy, what did you think? According to Christy, member for 12 months, says I hate this effing show. What did you think, Christy?
like I just said, I hate this fucking show. I give it a 2. I will always give this just a 2 because of the acting. I mean,
out of 5 or 10.
The acting's great.
The acting's great.
The acting's good. The acting's good.
But yeah, I give it a 2.
All right, a 2. Stig, the king.
Well, I'm a very lenient man, so I give it a 4.
Okay.
For the actors, the special effects were great and all that.
Mhm.
It's like, am I supposed to feel sorry for that dumb bitch dying when she could have ended the war in the previous season with that
Right.
stupid scene where she pops up with a dragon in front of everyone?
Yep.
She could have ended the whole thing there, and then she dies from it later on. No, she deserved it.
Yes.
I hope she took a while to burn to death too.
I mean, she had multiple times to go home, but she didn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. Jane, what did you think about it? Let us know in the chat. And last but not least, Miss Martin Muses. Teresa, what did you think about it?
Well, objectively speaking, I guess I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10 because the special effects were amazing. It was a great battle. And actually, frankly, I give Eve Best, if that's her last name, if I got her name wrong, I apologize, a 20 out of 10. Amazing. Amazing actress. The acting is 10 out of 10. She
Hell yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
She deserves so much better because I have a really big issue with what they did with her, and they took something away from her, which is almost unforgivable. These writers, I give a negative 20 out of 0. It's a disgrace what they did. But
and we're going to get to that because we're going to get to that. I want you to hold that thought for just 2 minutes because I want to go back to you on that one because I know how you feel about it. I want to give you the space to talk about it. But real quick, I just want to say, yeah, Bad Takes thinks she's, good, has enough for her and Christy. Love for the show. I don't know about that. Christy, $2. Her pair is not feeling that. Jane says 10 out of 10 for Rook's Rest, 9 out of 10 for the episode as a whole. I'm shocked. At that one.
Jane.
What's up, Sonny? So right back to you. I gave it a 6. Acting was unbelievably good as always. I think the actors are fantastic. Actually, I got to amend that a little bit. The guy who plays Eamon, I just feel like, I don't know, a little cartoonish, but everybody else is freaking awesome. The dragons look amazing, getting beaten up and ripped apart. It looked stunning, but I had a lot of issues with this episode. And because I'm a canon guy, I'm a book guy, but we know that George has separated the two. But going that route, you took a lot away from one character, and then made another one look even dumber. Like, I don't know, but Teresa, what did they take away from Rainey's? Let them know.
Oh,
Teresa.
I'm sorry. My internet
No,
went
it's
out.
okay.
Was that for me?
Yeah, you. What
me
did
to
they
let it
take
rip?
from Rainey's? Yeah, I want you to rip it.
Okay, here we go. And I'm moving. The Rainies, they took away from her kill. Her kill. Well, spoiler alert, not quite a kill. She's the one who took out the king. This was a huge thing. Her sacrifice. She died to kill the king and his dragon. And as we know, she kind of succeeds eventually in a few years, spoiler alert. But they took away from Rainey's the girl. They took away the kill from the woman and gave it to a man. And they're telling us, progressive, they're telling
Women
us
don't kill in this series.
We have gotten
women.
I don't
they
understand.
hate women,
How did they
and
take
they
the
hate
kill away?
their accomplishments that they're trying to do. Now, I don't want to take away from what Eve Bess did or her courage and how they showed it, but they gave her kill to Aemond.
Yeah, that was lame. That's exactly. No, I can't stand the guy playing Aemon. I don't know. He says, I haven't watched the last episode yet, so I've got you muted. I'll guess Scott is snipping for Aemon. But no, that's what bothered me too. First of all, they make it look like in the book it was a planned, wasn't it? A planned setup. Both dragons were there.
Both dragons were there as a setup. They planned it together.
Right. So they made him look like an incompetent king again, just running on his feelings, which, I get it. He's not, he's a terrible, if you want to say person, like the character is just horrible in the first place. So, but the idea that because this is what we were talking about, the waterfall effect, the pebble in the water, you took away the one son of Aegon so that he only had a twin, a boy and girl. So now Aemon has a reason to not care if he lives or dies. And the idea that he would burn his brother and like everyone saw that. I know people are probably running and freaking out, but there were probably people just amazed and they saw Vhagar fire upon the king and Rhaenys, taking her kill away, making it look like when she did come back to fight, it was just like suicide almost, instead of her being like, I'm fighting to the bitter end. And that's what bothered me. It was like you took away a woman, like you said, these such progressive people took away her kill that made her death like monumental,
Well,
and
before
they
the
just
fire,
made it look
though, before the fire, Aegon Sunfire already had his guts gashed out, already had his wing practically torn off. So it was like already happening before.
Yeah,
Vhagar
but he
came
fired
along.
upon his brother. Like that's what was the last thing, like I get what you're saying. Yes, the dragon was already injured. In the book, the dragon lives, but whatever.
Well, it's the thing. We don't even know whether he lived because I went back and watched the frames. There was no frames of him breathing at all. He was lying completely still.
Right. The dragon was breathing.
He looked dead. The dragon was. Okay.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
it changes the character of Aemon like immensely, because even for, all right, spoiler alert for people who haven't read the book, so he doesn't, when he's in charge, he doesn't even call himself king, or he names himself protector of the realm. Like he doesn't
after this.
Yeah.
Right.
But now
That's
like,
another Yeah. Oh my God. Good point. Grant.
That's
Thank
gonna
you
change.
for saying that.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Like, is that fundamental? Like, I can get the fact that if this was how it actually happened, and they didn't want the king to look like an idiot, they said no, this was a planned ambush and everything like that. But things got out of hand. I can get the Maesters and Team Green and everything spinning it in Aegon's favor to make him not look like a complete boob.
Like making him look like he made the sacrifice to kill Aemon by holding her dragon. You know, they could. You're right.
Like anything like that. Like, I mean, I can get the actual attack, but Daemon doing that, it's so weird. The fact of the matter is, he had his sword out when he was standing over him. That's a big difference. So,
Eclay, I'm sorry, he was wearing a
trying to put his
seatbelt.
brother out of misery.
Well, when the fight happened, they both.
If that was the case, he would have still done it anyway.
Right. I don't know. I mean, he was walking up to Aegon with his sword out. Now that implies that he might have been walking over to finish him or whatever. There was no reason for him to have his sword out at that moment. I mean, he landed a massive dragon. No one's going to be around him. So like, why did he have his sword out? Were they trying to imply he was going to kill his own brother? Like, just the idea that they've changed their brotherly dynamic bothers me a bit. I'm sorry, it does. But he is the heir.
Never had a first. Is it a change if they never had a first-hand interview with Aegon or Aemon on how much you love your brother?
Oh my God, are you really going to be defending that much?
We don't know.
Are you serious?
We don't know.
He literally could have took the crown when his brother was injured.
Joe Biden could hate his son. We don't know.
Right. Valid point. Okay, valid point. It's a fucking fantasy thing, but I got you. I see what you're saying there. But the idea when his brother was injured in the book and then he became protector of the realm for more than half a year, like, he had all the opportunity in the world to make himself king, and he didn't. And he defended, even though he talked shit about his brother, he defended his brother. So like, I don't know,
he didn't even call
like,
himself regent or anything. He didn't even give himself the proper official title.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. He gave, like, it was protector of the, like, that's what I'm saying. So his ambitions weren't for the crown.
Weren't there. Yeah.
But we'll see in the next episode whether or
that's
not
what I'm saying.
he falters.
How that's
we don't know.
Right. And valid point there. You really do have a valid point. Like, next episode can make it all go away. But they've been building up to this. Maybe it will be like a red herring, or like they'll subvert our expectations, you know, because they might just be like, oh, this is my brother's, but he looked dead to me. What do you guys think? Aegon.
No, I thought he was dead.
No, he wasn't. I mean, they were showing him sizzling, so which is the way he should have been. So he's still alive. He's still with us.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be
right. Okay.
He's not credited in the next episode on IMDb.
Yeah, but
so if he's in it, they won't show. If he's still alive, they won't show him.
That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't even put him in there. So, what were you going to say, Tim?
I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
The weirwood bed.
Yeah.
Right? That makes no sense.
We were going to get to that.
That should not give any kind of dreams, because the bed's dead.
Yeah, that's like if anybody put their hand on the door of black and white, you know, and like all of a sudden on the white one, and they're like, I'm having a dream. We'll get to that too.
The only way it would make sense is if it somehow the roots have connected back up into it. But they never mentioned any of that.
Because there's a lot of places that have weirwood, right?
Yeah, like there's weirwood handles and everything that don't give people dreams. It has to be earthed, essentially. And we haven't heard anything in the books or in the show that says once weirwood's been chopped down and then it's touching weirwood, it's back to life. So I don't know. It is a weird thing.
Yes, Sporking. If I could also point out that in the show, since episode 1, to go back to Aemond is the heir to the throne. So him trying to kill Aegon the way they did it in the show is a truly treacherous act. We still haven't even addressed the fact that he is now the heir, because before it wasn't an issue because of Maelor. Maelor was always going to be the heir.
Right.
So
right.
It's are they really trying to go with the fact that he literally wanted to commit regicide? But then again, since they haven't on screen addressed the fact that his dynamic has changed, because that's what makes it so inappropriate during the Green Council when Aemon's sitting there talking about how he's acting, the Spare is acting behind the king's back. People have been thrown into the tower for less in real world English politics back in when things were modern.
And Teresa, I mean, you have not just your brother who is heir, you have the Hand who is also your King's Guard. What do you call him? Lord Commander of your King's Guard. Like, and they were both kind of like, we planned this without you thing. More Aemon than anything, but he did speak in Valyrian, so not. I was wondering this, do other people at this time know Valyrian? Or is that just a Targaryen thing? Like,
there's no way in the world the Maesters don't know.
That's what I'm saying, like, because it's been around for so long.
There's no way Larys wouldn't know either. How can you be a big shot of Whisperers if you don't know High Valyrian?
Right. I was thinking that too. I mean, it's still used in Essos, and so, like, it's not like it's a dead language even after this, but I was wondering that, like, could it, when the way they were reacting, did they know what was going on, the small council?
I don't think you were supposed to believe they did, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious. They made the fact that, like, Aegon couldn't conjugate his verbs in Valyrian. If you notice, he was like, I make war?
Yeah.
He couldn't even
he
get
didn't
words
study.
out. So he's like, okay, not only is he bad king, he's not a very good soldier, and he's not,
pretty pathetic.
Couldn't even learn to speak Valyrian correctly.
Yeah, pretty pathetic. You're right. That was something that caught me too. I was like, wait a minute. But okay, so why don't we just run through it? Because I do want to talk about the weirwood bed. I want to talk about that fight again. So we'll start from the beginning, and it started. Oh my God, I'm blanking. Where the first scene
was it? A dream sequence
with Daemon?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. He was in the hall, right? He was in the throne room.
Yeah, it's like the polar opposite of the first episode when they first met. He's sitting on the throne. She approaches him, and it's now switched.
Now they switched. She's speaking High Valyrian, but at first he can't understand what the young Rhaenyra, Princess Rhaenyra, was saying, until he starts getting closer and closer, and they have this conversation in High Valyrian, and it was pretty much, like, I'm always cleaning up your mess, and you're always pissed because my father loved me more than he loved you, meaning King Viserys, and he chops her head off one swing. I mean, it is Blackfire, or not Blackfire, it is sister. What is the sword? I'm blanking.
Dark Sister?
Dark Sister, thank you.
Well, to be fair, any sword would have done that with one swing.
Because of her lady neck?
No, because the weight and sharpness.
Okay, well, it was a clean cut. But then she keeps talking to him on the floor. He wakes up, and Stig, he's in his weirwood bed. And he actually, like, follows. Who is he following? Is that Daemon looking like Aemon?
You're supposed to think that it's Aemon because he's doing that exaggerated kind of walk where he's like, and his hair is straighter than the hair that Daemon is wearing.
Right.
Then, if it was Matt Smith playing him, that he got Aemon's walk down pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then because of the fact that he obviously had the patch on, then you say, oh yeah, it's definitely Aemon. Oh, wait a minute. Because on the third take, you see the string for the eye patch and they're like, oh, okay, it's totally Aemon. And then he turns around and it's really Daemon.
Okay. I have a question now. The weirwood paste.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was weirwood paste.
Yeah,
How it was described there.
That she was making, right?
Yeah,
but
the red
that should
seeds
not
of it.
be
So.
common knowledge
No,
whatsoever. That's something
not at all.
children
Well, I
of the
mean, the
forest
only
has
other
to
time
know.
we've seen
But
it
if
being
she's a
used was the
witch-
Children of the Forest.
Correct.
When that-
Isn't
when that-
Harrenhal close enough to where?
The God's Eye.
Yeah. So I mean, it's absolutely possible that she would know as a woods witch.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I mean, the God's Eye, there has, when we are closer to Robert's Rebellion, right before Robert's Rebellion, you have, from the neck, Helen Reed is the first person to go there. And I think it was like a millennia. It was like a really long time. Maybe we don't know that she went there. Yeah. You could say that, but
Well, I think it shows there's more to her than the show's letting on.
Right.
Yeah. And I when I saw that, I'm like, okay, so obviously he's going to have worse dreams now. That's what clearly what's going to happen, because that's what it was, essentially the same sort of thing that they fed the brand for him to, I think they said wed with the trees, or I can't remember the terminology they used, but helped his green seeing abilities go further, sort of thing.
Right.
Oh, no. That's not what it's doing.
What, the paste?
No, it's making him commit an abomination.
No, I'm talking about Bran.
Yeah, feeding on. No,
Bran.
he's right. He's right. He's feeding on human blood, and that's an abomination.
We don't know. We don't know that it's Jojen, though. That's the thing. It's been implied, but it hasn't been proven that it was Jojen. So.
Okay, but if it is,
well, that's fair, but it's heavily implied, though.
Yeah, it is. R.I.P. Jojen.
And abominations are being brought up in the prologue, and the prologue tends to have a lot to do with the rest of the book. It foreshadows a hell of a lot of things.
Yep.
So anyway,
what is that?
But
what is that skin changer's
Jane.
name? It's also possible Damon is just being drugged. You know what? If he was being given werewood paste, I don't think he would have blacked out, not remembered anything till he was sitting in that chair. It doesn't. That's not what it's. He would probably have remembered everything to that point, just far out type things. So in a way, yeah, she might have just drugged his ass, because he doesn't know what the hell's going on, and he's sitting in a chair that day. So it must have been hours. That's what I got from it. I don't know about you guys. Like, Damon all of a sudden is in a chair talking to a Blackwood, had no clue how he got there, doesn't know who he's talking to. So I don't know.
Blackwood, not a Blackwood, the Blackwood, the Chad from earlier.
Blackwood. Yeah, is he the Chad from the first season?
Yeah, because he even states that he vowed for Rhaenyra's hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Badass little dude, looking much older. But okay, so let's get back to this weirwood bed, because I think it's an important part of not understanding the lore of what you're working on. And I know that's, to a lot of normies, that means nothing, but like the idea that can change everything, because there is weirwood in so many halls, even, like in the north, but like it's everywhere.
Especially like in Harrenhal, it looks like it's the thing holding it together. Which is not how it was described in the books at all.
Right. So I don't know. I think
in the book, when what was his name? Baron Sixskins dies.
Yep.
He momentarily slips inside a tree.
Yeah.
Which it seems to be that the Greenseers ended up inside the trees.
Yes. Yeah, he does end up in the tree. You're right.
Yeah, so it's like I don't think they know how the trees work. The showrunners.
You think George does?
Oh yeah, George does. Hell yes.
Okay,
but I think I think they're doing the classic. It's fantasy, so just everything's allowed.
Yeah.
Which
definitely
they can't really do that with this, because everything has consequences. That's the whole point of George's writing.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, everything. You're right. Anything you do has consequences. Any decision you make, George.
Especially magic.
Right.
Yeah, because magic comes with a price. Or used
Yeah.
to.
Yep.
You know,
Not anymore.
But, you know, in Game of Thrones season whatever, all you have to do to raise someone from the dead is cut the person's hair.
Yeah.
You know?
And just really, really want it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what did it. She just really, really wanted it. That's what I got from that scene. Melisandre just like totally giving over to her lord. That's how I took it. But you're right.
Yeah, you know, the only death may pay for life, that went out the window pretty damn fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. It did. So we see Daemon being told what's going on with in the Riverlands, where Cole's host is going. And in a way, she drugged him so he's not responding. Is that what we're supposed to get from that?
I honestly don't know what the show's trying to do because there's no source material for this. Because at this point, Damon's been kicking ass and taking prisoners on the battlefield.
Right.
So I honestly have no clue. I don't know if we're going to need something later. Are they going to try to tie in the fact that perhaps she is the half sister of Larys Strong and they've got some sort of weird connection? But that would definitely be outside of the material. So
well, they've left the material behind. We just like I'm coming to the realization I just have to accept the show for what it is, and that's what I have been doing. So I watch it the first time usually just to enjoy, and then I rip it apart.
Just the other day, though, that they were saying, "Oh yeah, we're trying so hard to be faithful to the source material."
They did.
Like, no, you're not.
Yeah, it's
no. You got to understand. It's just like we tried, but you know how difficult it is to do that. Let's just take a little bit of bit from here, a bit from there.
Yeah.
Let's throw in a kick-ass action scene. People love dragons and fire.
We got the
It'll be
names
good.
right. Yeah, we got names right. I don't know. Now,
do we know
Tina,
that Alice actually drugged Daemon? I mean, she may have just given him something to help him sleep.
okay, so he took a drink of that, and the next thing he knows, he's sitting in a chair. Like and
I've
it's
taken
implied.
a drink of things and next thing I know, I woke up in a chair, and it's because I had problems sleeping.
Because you're a witch.
Well, that could be.
You're a witch. She's a witch. No, but
She
I'm
weighs
sorry.
as much
What
as
I saw, I love you, Tina, because you so try to like make it right, and I love that about you. But like they imply that he drinks that, and the next thing that he knows what happened is he's sitting in a chair. That's the implication
Well, because
of what
it
just
cuts
happened.
from him drinking, putting the cup up to his mouth to putting the cup down, and when he puts his cup down, it's in the next scene. So,
and he's just like, "Where the hell am I?"
I don't have enough to share with Daemon, so he didn't get it from me.
Oh man, you could
do we
cook him
know
something
that,
when you
or
go
are they just trying to be fancy? You see, sometimes I don't know if they just think they were being a clever cut. Though I really do think that there was something in there, or maybe they'll do an interview. It's like, didn't you know we were just being avant-garde and trying to show Damon's mindset?
Like he's losing it. He's losing it. I don't know, but the normal person watching that it implies that he just whoop, because it's not like he looks around and he's like, oh yeah, shit, I'm sitting here. He looks around like, how the F did I get here? How did I get here? Like, what is going on? And he plays it off a little bit, but he didn't even know who he was talking to, what's going on. Like, and that's a bad take for Daemon, because this is, luckily the Blackwoods just want to fight. But like, if that was a different lord, right? When he had the Tully kid there,
Elmo.
Elmo. Yeah. Is that Elmo? Grover's the dad, right?
Yeah. They got rid of Kermit. Kermit and Oscar aren't in it. Elmo was an amalgamation of all three characters.
Well, no, because there is
He said his dad
grandfather's dying, so there is a father. So that's
well, no, he
either-
said his father died.
Right, but he's dead, right? But
Yeah,
they didn't write him
you're
out.
right.
He's
Yeah.
there.
Okay, Alex, what did you think about it? He's asking, did we like it? And Tina loved it. I thought it looked beautiful.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
there
it
are
too.
a lot of inconsistencies with it, but I don't think it took away from me sitting down and enjoying the actual episode.
Oh, it did with me a little bit at the end with Aemon. That just kind of pulled me away. Like in the book, they say they both jump out and attack her, and now we changed it to where the king's being a petulant little bitch, coming from King's Landing and ruins everything. So his brother decides, screw it, I'm going to firebomb both of you. Like,
Well, I mean, as it was
Dragonfire's
stated,
hot.
it is officially completely two different canons.
It is.
So, like, I mean, if this is the route that they want to go, I'm along for the
so.
ride. I don't like.
Oh yeah.
I like
still.
I like the story. A lot of people hate the story. They say it's from an unreliable narrator, but I don't agree with. That's not exactly what an unreliable narrator is. We've got people's versions of it.
Well, the unreliable narrator in the book is actually specified when it's unreliable.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they even say, like even Munkin doesn't know what was said within these halls, and everything else is up to speculation. So we know that.
Right. You're right about that too. I don't know. So Harrenhal again is not really that important at the moment. What do you guys think they're going to do with that?
No idea.
I'm really kind of lost. I don't know what their plan is, because there is another major battle that happens, and that's over Harrenhal, correct?
Well, against who? There's nobody at Harrenhal.
Well, yeah, right. There is nobody.
Yeah, it was like 5 old guys and Damon.
Yeah, it was weird.
Even though at this point there's supposed to be tens of thousands of soldiers there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Yeah.
Because Damon hasn't done any of the stuff that he did in the books.
Well,
That's the whole point. Like, he's literally just gone there and sat and sulked.
Yeah.
You see, and that's one of my annoyances, is that once again they're taking away the actions of the man and cucking him, because like, why make this choice? We know what they have in the book. We know they have to change things, but it seems like every time they change things, it's cucking the men, trying to raise up the women, and actually really improving nobody, because Damon was loyal to Rhaenyra. That's what he was doing. He was building up her army and all this.
Yep.
He wasn't sitting around, as Grant said, being a sulking person, but they're making him just hang around this haunted house with a big frowny face. And I don't know why they're trying to take away his victories, which annoys me, the same way they took away, in my humble opinion, some of Rhaenys victories. It seems like they don't want to have any of the characters do anything exciting.
Right.
Well, I do think it's interesting that Larys talks about the fact that he knows that Damon's going to be tormented by just being at Harrenhal. So I think it gives less, it shines less of a light on Damon sulking and more a light on he's being tormented while he's there. So he can't function fully. He is kind of handicapped because he doesn't have his wits about him.
But like what A Money Wilson, what's up, brother, says here, the book, Damon did nothing but sit in Harrenhal. That is kind of incorrect. Yes, he just stayed at Harrenhal, but he did rally troops to Harrenhal, and it seems like they're just like making it seem like he's waiting on everybody else to do it for him almost.
Thousands
just make
came to him.
Yeah,
when he took it and all that, the banners all came out, and he had them all there in place, and then he went off to Burning Mill.
But didn't you just love it when Rhaenys finally talked to her stepson?
Oh yeah.
That's another subject.
That
I want to get there.
Me. As soon as I saw it with it, I'm like, wait, she know? Wait.
Yeah.
So this is an open. What the fuck is going on then?
So did she kill herself because of it? You know, like what's going on?
Like, this is so weird. Like, if that was the case, how come Corlys never mentioned anything about this? He constantly talks about having his name and everything. You have a bastard there. You have no kids. Legitimize him, for fuck's sake.
If they all know, why not?
I thought the reason why he wouldn't do it is because of
respect
of Rhaenys.
Yeah.
Well, right, and she was basically telling him, well, now you have my blessing to do this. I mean, he saved your life, for Christ's sake. Why don't you, reward him for that?
Yeah,
and you're the one telling me we can't make Rhaena the, heir to Driftmark. So why, then what are your excuses? Now we have somebody else.
I like the fact that when she looked at him, it was like she was looking at the younger version of Corlys. Like, he obviously looks exactly like his dad when he was younger. So I'm like, okay, I like that sort of thing where you could tell when she sees him, Like as I said, the acting in it is pretty good. She says a lot without saying anything.
Right. She's her facial expressions tell everything. She is a really good actress. They're not overdone.
She always plays a bitch though. Everything that she's been in, she's always bitchy.
She does it well.
I didn't think she was bitchy in Nurse Jackie. I loved her character on that.
Oh, she was fun in Nurse Jackie, wasn't she?
I haven't seen Nurse Jackie.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's a good show, man. It's a good show.
It was an interesting choice, though, to have her touch him, though, because at first I was like,
Yeah.
girl, private spaces or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like,
that was
talk about
kind of
invading personal space. My gosh.
It would have
I
been
mean,
cooler if she like went to and then pulled herself together. You know, like just a gesture and then pulled. You know, like more ladylike.
Were they supposed to imply that Corliss like saw that too, and he's like, hold up, wait a minute, something just ain't right.
That's my question. Do they talk about it? Like, because to
a certain extent.
There was no discussion there a little bit, right?
But it was implied, like Tina and Teresa in the chat said. I mean, it was very much implied that she knew.
Yeah, she said, "I know who he is," so that's pretty obvious. I'm just thinking. I just thought that was an odd choice, but now that I've heard what you all are saying, it's like, okay, maybe that is an example of them showing, that because she touched his face, it's like, hey, look. Showing the connection, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think it kind of sucks. So that's their second to last conversation. He jumps all over her for saying, "Oh, fine, you came down here to admonish me about an affair I had like 20-something years ago."
Mm-hmm. Multiple times. Buddha. Good guy. Yeah.
Can I bring up the next scene too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we move on, though, Christy, I just want to say one more final thing. To tag team a little bit on there with Tina is I thought it was very unfortunate that they didn't give us more of Rhaenys and Corliss there, because we kind of did see them in season 1 and all that, and this was going to be their kind of last moments. I felt like they should have, if you want to add some scenes, people linger on these two so that you can, people that like them, give them something, throw some bones to the fans as well. And I feel like they should have made us feel a little more sad. Give us that scene. Give us that scene. Have them kissing, saying that they love each other.
Yeah. It kind of is also kind of cool that they go out on that. Like, will this affect him now? I mean, granted, the death of his wife is going to affect him, but the idea that they weren't all lovey-dovey, right? Because he did see her they went to Dragonstone together. So he knows what was happening, and so they, a lot of good things.
He also blames Rhaenyra for a death in the books, which is now going to be completely gone too.
That's true.
Oh yeah, because Rhaenyra was too grief-struck and protective of her sons.
Right, yeah. But she accepted it. She wanted to be the one to go in this, so.
I think the way she played it, she knew she was going to die from the moment that she left. She had this weirdness about the way, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like she was just like she literally may have killed the king, and she could have got away. But you turn around to go after Vhagar. That's a rough one.
Her dying was really avoidable in the show.
Yes, like multiple times.
Well, I don't think that they knew that there was going to be a dragon. I mean, the whole idea that Vhagar, the size of a continent, is hiding in the woods overnight was ridiculous.
But it's cool because I also like the fact that you see a bunch of people cutting down trees in an area. Like, what the hell are they cutting the trees down for? That's kind of weird. And then we've got to move out from this area. Now I'm like, then what was the point of cutting the trees down if you're going to move out? Now we know why.
No, it made sense.
Yeah.
But she could have. I think it was 3 times, and then the 4th one, she doesn't even look to see where Vhagar is. Like, oh wow, he disappeared. Oh, he's coming up the water, up the cliff. How did I miss that? Good shock value. Which is weird
because it's weird because Vhagar was like always known is coming down, flying high, coming down. But all the big moments of Vhagar's had is coming from underneath.
Which is weird too for the timing of that. Like Vhagar's much slower. I don't know. Anyways, I get too like Like, that makes sense. But after being in a fight, injured, definitely not flying at top speed, it was a cool moment watching like her looking into her dragon's eyes as her dragon dies. And then she just lets go. I mean, she's a great actress.
This might be a weird thing, but why do they have to make the dragon sound like, when you kick a puppy and you're in the guts and you hear that squeal? Why did it have to sound like that?
It's a great sound.
Well,
The moment that I heard,
cool though. I mean, that's what they are. I mean, that's like kind of like her baby. Kind of like
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I got the instant reaction of like everyone's dying around, people are being boiled alive from dragon blood and everything like that. But I hear a dragon wince, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, right.
I gotta admit, my heartstrings were really tugged at that moment between her and Reese. Again, that's what they did. 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10. And when you read what the actress went through when she was filming all of that, I mean, just a tour de force performance. And I care more about the dragons than the people, because the dragons is not their fault.
Well, and she died a dragon rider.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tina.
Say Eve Best gets a major shout out because she's 4 months younger than I am. So at 52, she was flying all over the back of, the thing that they, I can't remember they were calling it.
Much older.
She's 55
in the show.
She's 55 in the show. She's 50.
Oh, in the show.
Eve Best is 52. Eve Best is 52.
Only 52. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I thought she was older than me too, and I went, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Man, do I look
crazy? I'm looking good. What's oil of Olay keeps that skin nice and moisturized. But I think if she was going out, I don't know if she felt like they were going to lose the war, but I felt like in that moment, she said, I'll go. Like, she knew she had to do it for Rhaenyra, knowing that Rhaenyra's nervous about everybody else, like, escalating things the way it, too much. So she knew Rhaenys would probably not restraint, but do exactly what she was thinking of.
She didn't know. She did it just to prove it. No, I don't agree with that at all. Somewhat. I just think it. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all talk. I hate the show. Like, and I don't want to ruin it for y'all. So I'm just.
No, it's okay. That's why I like to have everybody's opinions. Opinions are fine. Like, I know there's people that will come on, they watch us, and you can't say anything bad.
I get I get the take what you're trying to go with that. But for me, it looked like with her just being the oldest, so I was like, well, I'm the oldest, so I have to be responsible and stuff like that about this and everything. Because like everybody plays up with Rhaenyra. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
No, because none of the other dragons could have gone, though. I mean, none of them.
That's exactly. That's my point too.
She's the only one who could have gone.
And that was the biggest dragon, right? They had.
Yeah, she's the biggest dragon on the.
That was the biggest dragon they have.
Because Verminthor hasn't.
Verminthor hasn't been claimed yet. So.
Right, that's right.
But then Sunfire and who is it? Cyrax. They are roughly the same size.
No, Cyrax is bigger than Sunfire.
Sunfire isn't that big, though.
It's still two dragons.
Yeah, they're dragons. It was awesome scene.
I have a question for Christy. When you watch this show, do you experience inner turmoil?
Absolutely not. This show is a meme. This show is comedy. It has like. I mean, it's just like Eamon just taking the pointy knife and pointing it that way. He's there.
Yeah, he's there.
Or Allison. I mean, my girl.
We haven't even got to her yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeannie Mac.
My girl.
They're ruining her.
I just knew Christy would take the bait and go with it.
Oh, absolutely, I did. Absolutely. I just love everybody how they like the show and the different takes and stuff like that, but it's just you're skipping out on characters that you make Eve Best. She did a quote something about masculinity or males and stuff like that and aggression, And you don't have to open that tweet. You don't have to open
I already
it.
did.
But it's just, and to me, it's a joke because you are missing out on characters that are in the book unless they are going to introduce them later on. Yeah.
Well, can I chime in on this?
Sure.
She's saying, they're just little boys with guns and want to maximize the amount of carnage, blah, blah, blah. What did that character do in season 1 to a ton of peasants?
Yeah.
How many kids did she kill that didn't have guns?
We don't count those peasants.
Dude, they don't even talk about it in the series. It's still a weird thing. Like, if they're going to use propaganda and everything like that, how about the fact that they crashed the king's coronation?
And like there was so many people in there that at least somebody who knows somebody who died in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're in King's Landing, it affected you.
And
they don't.
Everyone just forgot. Like Daenerys forgot the Greyjoy fleet. Really,
that's true. That is true.
It's like 9/11, and people forgetting about it the next day.
Yeah.
Well, it is. It's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of rubble there. I wonder where that came from. I don't know.
Dang.
Yeah. And they were innocents. They were not combatants. And they'd even established on the show that a lot of the people that were there at the coronation, it wasn't there by choice. The soldiers were kind of pushing them there. So it's one thing to say soldiers, because soldiers know what they're doing, but they just, as you said, kind of forgot.
Kind of forgot. So she does say this. Why didn't she say Dracarys to breathe fire? They're just like boys with guns. They want to maximize the amount of carnage, and there's something very, I don't want to generalize, but it's very male. Whereas she's very specifically going for the dragon. Let's take out the weaponry. Yeah. Okay. And don't burn everybody else randomly. What? Like she was burning all the troops randomly.
The first thing she did, she didn't know there was a dragon there. The first thing she did is set everyone on fire. Very first thing.
A couple runs too.
Yeah.
So there's a grit teethness about it because these guys are her nephews. However, appallingly badly they've behaved and are behaving, and however dangerous they are. Aemon is responsible for Lucerys' death. At the same time, they're her family too. I don't think she thought the character would not give a shit about them. They were not of her, in her mind. They weren't part of Driftmark either, or like the series kids with Alicent. I don't think she cared that much that they were family.
Go
ahead.
What happens when you leave important characters out? Like Maelor?
Yeah.
Picture the Lord of the Rings and remove Eowyn.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's a valid point, man. Like you leave out a character that at some point has a massive role in this. I mean, he really does. It's a big deal leaving him out, I think.
Well, to me, I think leaving Mushroom and leaving out Nettles, the two of my characters I was looking forward to the most.
Same. Nettles, badass. Wish we got to see her.
And Mushroom would have been a lot of fun potential.
Yes.
That could have been
levity.
The Tyrion of the show, really.
Yeah.
The
jabs. Tyrion, if he wasn't so smart, but just as cunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had a massive cock.
So she also goes.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Would you be upset if Mushroom was just the queen's fool, but wasn't a little person? Because I don't think that the show could have introduced another imp after the whole issue with, oh my God, we can't have dwarves in this.
But everybody went against that afterwards, right? I mean. First of all,
okay, well, we can't have tall people playing giants and predators and that sort of stuff. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It was a stupid take that shouldn't have got any weight, but for some reason it did.
Yeah.
I think Tina's onto something, though.
What do you mean?
That they left them out for political reasons or the fear of getting bashed for it.
Well, when they were filming this, Tina, that was that even around that same time? It was just after they probably started filming that happened, right? Yeah. Oh, dude, if that's the reason.
I think Tina's spot on.
I mean, because not only is it just a person, not only is it just a little person, he's a fool. He's the butt of the jokes. And then they also would have made him special because of his supposed past and the fact that they don't know whether or not he got injured when he was in the water, or he was just always weird like that.
No, that's Patchface.
That's Patchface. That's the other one.
Yeah, no, Mushroom.
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
no, Mushroom plays the fool, but he's very
cunning. As I said,
cunning.
He's not
he's
he's
witty.
not book
He's a little
intelligent,
witty.
but he's very cunning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a sly little bastard.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Always in the right place at the right time.
Little Chucky.
It would have been nice to see
finger.
him. It would have been nice to see him. But go ahead, Teresa.
I was going to say, I think that Tina's onto something there, but also maybe one thing that they didn't consider. They've already shown that they're concerned about the men overshadowing the women. If they really did Mushroom and had him be awesome playing the fool, but really being incredibly intelligent, that would be one more character that people would like more than Alicent and Rhaenyra. Like they've already said about Daemon, and they're concerned about Daemon and when Matt Smith, they don't want the man taken over. They didn't want another man.
True. I like that you said it.
You know what? They said a lot of that stuff with The Witcher too. That they didn't want it to be just Geralt. They wanted the women to shine, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So they did all kinds of stuff with, hell, they spent 6 episodes, I think.
Yeah, the whole season was on them.
6 episodes on Yennefer having a hunchback, which is 1 sentence in the book.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm wondering if it's the same thought pattern. Because Netflix and Amazon aren't that different,
right.
and HBO probably not as well now.
Right.
Deadwood would not be made today.
No. Or all the prostitutes would have been like winning the Deadwood game. That's a great show though. We're skipping over Alicent, so I don't want to skip over her because just kind of she gets the moon tea, right? That's what it's called, right? Moon tea.
I think
Plan
tea. We'll call it Plan Tea.
Plan TB.
Plan T instead of plan the second letter of the alphabet.
Yes. Plan T.
That's good.
I like that. So she gets the Plan T. Says she's giving it to some poor girl. Munkin. Or no, that's not Munkin.
Not Munkin.
The Meister.
I'm screwing up names now.
What's
I heard
his name?
someone say Munkin.
Runkin? No, Runkin's the other dude.
It's not Orwell, is it?
Orwell, right? Oh my God, we are fans.
It's a random ass maester that. Well, it's not random ass, but it's a maester.
He writes down a lot of what happens, so that's
I don't remember any of their fucking names.
Yeah,
no, you just forgot the one black maester. That's all it is.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
She is from Texas.
I'm blaming it on the anesthesia. I'm going to blame it on that for the next 10 years.
So,
and by the way, Steve, you're going to hell. Private chat. You're going to lose your channel if you say that out loud.
Oh, let's see. Versus way great tea. I like it.
I actually didn't quite mind seeing her having the Plan T because I had said before, what are they going to do? Have her get pregnant? Well,
right.
That was a logical thing to do to show that, hey, she needs to make sure she doesn't get pregnant.
Right.
So we're sure that she was preventing not getting rid of.
Oh my God!
I don't know. She held her belly. She made it seem like she was pregnant.
Yeah, she held her belly before she took it.
Yeah.
So see what I thought. I had this weird thing where I thought, okay, she's not going to take it. She's going to give birth. They're going to call the kid male and say Helena gave birth. That's what I thought they were going.
I would love it.
I don't want to get technical, but because we changed the timeline she really probably doesn't know that she's pregnant because it's only been like
It's only been
two
a
or
couple weeks.
Yeah. Maybe she was anticipating, because it is true about Plan T. It is not a pleasant experience. There's
No.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't put it past the directors not knowing anything about women's bodies, because apparently they don't know about anything else.
Well, I mean, they were smart enough to have her warm the rocks. I mean, that's like putting
a heat pack.
a hot water bottle, thank you, on your stomach, which you really
Tina,
need when you're going through crabs.
Tina, I was just about to say that.
Yeah. So I mean, they knew at least that part of what it's like to,
I thought she put her hand on the stomach before.
It was
Mason told her
right, but the first time before she got the Plan T is
right,
when,
but then she did,
right, later on is when she took the rocks from the fire.
No, I was talking about
she was cramping.
Yeah, so she's cramping, and then who appears but Lars? And this is the thing that bothered me. It's like she's trying to hide this from everyone. She drinks this thing and just leaves it on the table.
She's not trying to hide shit.
She ain't hiding nothing.
Well, I mean, they have one type of vessel that's used just for
that.
The Plan T. I mean, come on.
This is the Plan T vessel. You are not giving birth.
He has. I love this interaction between them. I think this is probably one of my favorite scenes from it.
Yeah.
Like every time that we get Lars in a scene, he steals the fucking show. Like hands down.
He is
you
impressive.
Can totally tell he knew that she might be pregnant or was trying to prevent a pregnancy, because his follow up to her, well, we all do like our indulgences, kind of like saying, hey, it's okay that you're fooling around. I
laughed so hard with that.
No, he wasn't.
Whatever.
As long as you keep your
giving her
shoes
a
on and he
pass.
doesn't see your feet, I'm fine with it.
I don't think he was giving her a pass. I think he was making her know that he knows. But like he's being that, like I'm being.
He played it off in that way, though.
Right, he played it. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes,
but using it like your vices, it's something that you can't help but you go to over and over again. So in other words, he's saying, I know this isn't a one-off thing.
Right.
By using that terminology.
So we got 61 people watching so far. So I'm just going to take a 15-second here to, if you're new, subscribe and like.
Where's the best place for content on the world of Ice and Fire?
Right over there. See where I am pointing with my dagger? I just found
Sporking News Podcast with me, Sporking. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Thank you. I just wanted to play that again because that's awesome. Great. That was so awesome. Good job. So Lars is implying he knows, but he's being supportive. And really probably just wants to be like, I love you. Give me your feet. Like because I don't know what he's planning.
I don't even think he wants to feet. I think he's just using that as a power play.
Well, that was definitely, but I think he's on to feet.
Okay. Look at all the source material on Lars. What does he want? Whose side is he on? We never know.
No.
That's the whole thing. Like even spoilers up to the point where he's no longer in the book. We still don't know any of his motivations.
Yeah. He was a master chaos maker. I love him, by the way. He's
doing
awesome.
it for the
He's
realm.
Awful.
That's why he's doing it.
He's doing everything for the realm. I don't think so. Are they going to give him the Varys? Like,
I was being totally sarcastic.
Okay, because I've heard people say, we even said it last week, he's kind of a mix of the two, but I don't think he's doing it for the realm.
No, he's doing it for number one. He plays both sides and gets leverage on everybody.
Yeah. Great actor, though. That guy, he is like what I imagine Lars to be like. Maybe not. That guy actually is too good looking, I think, to be Lars, but like the way he just plays the role, just always knowing. And some people are making that connection between Alice Rivers and him, that if they are, like, who said that earlier? If they are,
that was me.
Yeah, if they're
that
siblings.
was one of the rumors.
Yeah, I mean, last year I did a video about him being a green seer. He could be using the rats and the mice in the keep to keep an eye on people because they were always there in important moments. But maybe he does have some connection with her, so he's not even worried about Harrenhal, because that's not his final goal anyways. Harrenhal's a mess. What is his goal, though? I have no clue.
If he just focuses on the backside of a foot, he'll be doing sexual healing.
Whoa.
Sexual. Lift your foot. Healing.
Can I bring up a
Don't
random
sing it,
ass
Scott.
thing?
I already had it sung stuck in my head as soon as he said it. I'm like, great. Now this is gonna be
You
my
got
head
it,
all
buddy.
day.
Anytime. Christy, what?
Can I bring up a random ass thing? So the actress who plays Alice Rivers,
Mhm.
obviously she's Scottish. Nobody else around the Heron Hall has that accent.
I thought the same thing.
Am I bringing up too much into that? And not the actress and how she naturally speaks, but in the show, like
What? She's from the north.
maybe she because she's old as an owl or something like whatever she says. That's weird.
I don't
She's
think
not a
putting on
human.
an accent.
She's an owl forced to endure a human body.
Yeah.
I think she actually. I don't think she's putting on an accent. That's how she sounds like during interviews.
No, I didn't mean it. I guess I didn't explain it that good. It's just no one else is.
Yeah.
Like,
nobody else in the show.
Nobody
in
else
that area.
in that area is supposed to.
Maybe it's a
Yeah,
special.
that is weird.
accent.
That is weird. Like she
Witches
would
are
be.
Scottish.
Wouldn't she be from the
That's like-
north?
Yeah, it's like one person in that area speaks Scottish.
Not
Jane
Scottish,
says she's
but
a ghost.
Well, who
yeah.
told her? Who told her to speak? Is the
Dude.
question.
Wait a minute. Jane has a valid point here. I know maybe you're just joking, but she could be a ghost because no one else even like when she came in the first time we see her behind the uncle, grand uncle,
Sam,
Strong,
but not Sam.
but no one saw her. Like no one responded except for Damon. Almost like she wasn't there. Are they going to make her like almost like an hallucination or a ghost?
Right.
Or
you know, never mind. That's
If
too
they
much.
do,
Am I
they're going to have
forgetting
to change
something?
a big plot.
They're
point.
gonna have to change a lot of
a
shit
lot
if they do
to
that.
do that, right? You know, because I know what happens after. That's you.
Well,
I've
it's
seen
not just that,
Ghostbusters
but-
too. You can ghost can blow you.
Where else do they actually have a ghost in the story?
High Heart.
Mhm.
Well, that's just a nickname for a character.
Right.
though.
Yeah.
But could she be the ghost? Of
The
it?
guy will-
There's no actual ghosts in Westeros. When you're
No,
dead,
that-
you're dead.
Yeah,
That's
we have not.
established.
Yeah, all we've ever gotten from people who have died and come back is they saw nothing.
Yeah,
That's true.
there's no ghosts.
I just want to
So
say thanks,
if-
Johnny, for subscribing.
So if,
all right, go ahead.
if she is a ghost, they've altered the whole damn lore of life and death in Westeros.
Yeah, if she's 400 years old, she's speaking maybe like the first men did in that era, in that area. Because oh no, the Andals would have already been there.
Handles
she
would
has
have been
super
there. And
ovaries.
they don't. Yeah,
Just saying.
she might.
yeah.
That's
she
one heck
did
of a
say
uterus.
that is a heck of a uterus. She said she had been there a long time. Yeah, she has, but it's weird. Like no one else interacts with her that we've seen. So
Again,
do they-
like I said, that's just randomly me asking about that because we don't know how
No,
it's gonna go. It's just I was like, huh?
they can change everything, Christy. Even the
they
next
might
guy.
leave
you know
out
what I mean?
Aemond. Yeah.
Yeah.
They may not do it.
Yeah, he just wants mommy.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why. Never mind. You know what?
Oh my gosh, imagine
Uh-huh.
if they did have him and Alice having sex and he could
Oh.
over Alice.
Oh God.
Well, okay. So are they replacing Nettles? What supposedly happened with Nettles with Alice?
No, with
Alice
Baelor.
Rivers?
Not
No.
Baelor, Rhaena.
No.
That would be terrible if they did that.
Well, I think I heard that they were going to combine the storylines of what was happening with Nettles at Heron Hall and Alice.
I know I
So-
saw that on Reddit, but I don't know how. Yeah.
Basically, they're pulling. a Game
Rhaenyra's
of
going to get
Thrones
jealous
for
of
her.
Alice Rivers and then try and kill all the dragons.
So
Where we
they're,
going?
they're probably combining characters like they did in the original show, where John ended up being John, Stannis, and Aegon in the last few seasons.
Oh.
No, Jane, that was a shadow, baby. Thank you.
So I just checked IMDb.
Okay.
They've actually updated the actor list for next
Okay.
week. So Aegon is actually now in it because people were noticing that. But Gavin McTavish is in it. He was Harold Westerling, the former.
Oh, are they
Really?
giving him?
Oh,
Are
thank
they going to
God.
give him kind of a?
He's credited in this one.
It could be a flashback,
Interesting.
but could it be
Sure.
they're giving him kind of the role of Selmy? Kind of that I left this one group and now I'm going to the other group.
Yeah.
Could be.
My goodness.
And they've added in Maddie Evans. She was the hand, the maiden that was attacked by the king, and now works in the bar.
Well, she was in the
Hmm.
bar last
Yeah.
episode.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just saying these are the ones that since we started streaming that has changed.
Well,
Oh,
did you
okay.
notice
Yeah,
that-
you're right.
So,
Did you notice Diana is also on the episode again?
mm-hmm.
She was the maid or the servant that was pregnant with Aegon's child in season 1, and then in season
That's what I just
2
said, yep.
she was.
Hey, it's all right that you just said it. She can say it again.
Oh,
Okay,
Jane has an interesting point. She could be a faceless man because they are aligned with the Children of the Forest in the books, at least. Definitely, they are.
Yeah, they do jobs for them. They
But
do.
well, no, there's way more actually.
No, I know.
But,
I think look at their door.
Yeah, Red Priest definitely not because he's not preaching. A ghost or a shadow, no. Shadow is Melisandre is a shadow caster,
Right, she is.
which is kind of like a necromancer-ish thing.
Well, she's described as a wood witch, meaning that her magic is still based in life and nature and hasn't been twisted or bastardized, so she couldn't be anything to do with shadow or anything. So
I agree with
faceless
this.
man, I could see, yeah.
Yeah, if she is, that would be cool. But like, I like the storyline for Harrenhal. Maybe that's what I was trying to get at before, because he does stay at Harrenhal. We know that, but it feels like it's not important at all. And Jane put it as a filler, and it kind of seems okay. We got to put Matt Smith in an episode. Let's just write something.
Do you think they're going to rush what happens at Harrenhal? Do you think we're getting that this season?
I hope not.
I think that's the ending of this season now.
That
Now
would
looking
be
at where they are.
incredibly stupid.
That'd be terrible.
No,
Well,
Are you talking about both of them, Grant?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. A couple of other things have to happen first.
Yeah.
Well, we thought that in the past as well, but
Yeah.
It's true.
well, we pretty much know the way the outline of the season is going to go now, and it's not going to be in this season or even potentially in next season. Maybe
I
it'll
can see
be
it
the
next
climax of
season,
season 3. Yeah, season 3, the climax of season 3.
Well, we brought that. Okay, Isle of Faces we brought up before, and I did say that
because
we
that's
learned
right
from-
next to Harrenhal, right?
It's in the middle of the lake right there. Yeah, in the
Yeah.
God's Eye. But the Isle of Faces, like we were told by the story that when Howland Reed goes there for a few months and comes back, he is the first person to set foot on there for like hundreds, maybe even like a millennia. But I mean, there's definitely people might have gone there we never hear about historically.
Yeah, but
so
Isle of Faces was not a big deal in the other show at all. So it would be weird if they bring it in
right.
now. I don't know, unless they really flesh it out, it would be a bit out of place.
Yeah, it would, because I totally believe the Isle of Faces is very important to the main story, but they never even showed it in the show.
You know what I noticed in the book? The island where the Faceless Man house is a bit like the Isle of Faces.
I wouldn't doubt. Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, because it's surrounded by the same.
I didn't
sort of
realize it
stuff.
was surrounded by water. I thought it was like almost a
Yeah,
peninsula.
so that little Faceless Man temple is filled with faces, and it's on an
Yeah.
aisle. So it's like they've copied the design to honor whatever's there. Because
So
we know
then
there's a link.
That means that the Blackwood, is it Blackwood or is it Onyx or not Onyx? The you have the Weirwood door and the black door.
Yeah,
The black
that's
door
a
is
yin and a yang thing.
well, yin and a yang. I'm just wondering that's from the tree that brews the purple, right, for the drinking.
Which Euron
Greyjoy drinks, Euron drinks, nightshade.
Shade of
Is
night. Shade of evening.
Shade of the evening. Thank you. Is that same tree, the black tree that does that? Because I know it's a black tree with like blue leaves that gives you the psychedelic shade of the evening.
Not sure, maybe.
Because maybe they do have more.
Oh, and it's also confirmed that the when they change faces, most of it is done by glamour spells, so you don't really remove your face.
No, it's a blue. It says it's a looking it up now. It's a blue leaf tree with black bark.
Right. Yeah, blue leaves with black bark.
Yeah.
But is that the same that the
It
door
just says
is made
it says that it's only grown outside the House of the Undying.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they were able to make the door out of it, because you have the black and white. One is Weirwood and the other one is the Blackwood. I thought could be that. They've been around for a long time.
Maybe.
Southern Belle, we've talked about this, but we'll bring it up. Damon was drinking Weirwood paste. I mean, there is a chance that was, but Weirwood paste doesn't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, a paste is not fluid.
Right. He eats it.
No, but she was mixing it up and everything. Like they've gone really heavy on the like witch potion sort of thing. Like there was frog noises and everything going on there. There was a goat making a noise. So like they've already shown a black goat with white horns previously. So I think there was other stuff in there apart from the Weirwood paste. I just think that was part of it. I don't think it was just like how Bran took it basically in a concentrated form. I think this was just a part of a recipe, but I definitely think that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's the paste at all. I think they want us to maybe think that, but like Weirwood paste doesn't make you lose time. It doesn't make you that we know of, like literally lose hours and just appear.
Actually,
that's what I'm saying. But it could have been something else in it.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think it's a mix of. Okay, go ahead. Yep.
We don't really know too much about the Weirwood paste in general, anyway. We know that the children of the forest make it, but we don't know the effect it's going to have on Bran.
Right.
I think it's that they're getting him to commit another abomination. To be honest, by putting Jojen in there, but again, we don't know, do we?
No.
Well,
no,
there's. You know what else? There was Weirwood seeds in it. Remember Brendan Rivers? He has trees going through him.
Yep.
So if you eat seeds, maybe they grow in you and you just get stuck.
Yeah.
So
it could be. It grows out of you.
Yeah, you grow Weirwood in you, and that connects you to the other Weirwoods.
I
don't know. Just
no, that's a good idea. I like it. That's what we do here. We go with it. Let's see. The Isle of Faces where the pact was signed. Yeah, between First Men and Children. Yes, those trees saw the signing of whatever the pact really was.
Which means Bran will be able to see the pact if he's connected to the network. Because he
definitely.
Can see the past in it. So I think.
Yeah. I
that's
always
going to
wondered.
be a big reveal in the next book.
All right, we're going off topic. I got to ask this. I always wondered if the Isle of Faces, because it's in the middle of the lake, is there any chance those Weirwoods are not attached to the Weirwood net?
Why? What makes you ask that?
I just wonder, like, if a seer could see through the eyes of all these trees, like Bran could easily go to the Isle of Faces, see what happened with the pact, all this stuff, but like, it almost to me seems like they did it on the Isle of Faces for a reason of these trees will only see this, and they, the others will not be able to commune with them to know what this pact really consists of. 'Cause
Plenty of
some
other places where there
seer-
isn't weirwoods, though. They could have just
no,
gone
no, no,
there.
no, no. It's about the weirwoods, but I'm just saying they're not connected because of being on the island. They're not connected to the rest of the weirwood net.
I haven't given them much thought.
I've thought about it a lot. I don't know why, but it always jumps into my head. Like there may be a reason they did it there, and for those trees are the only ones that will know the truth. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that's given me anything about that, but yeah.
Do we have weirwood trees on Pike?
No, I mean, there are people, they are first men, but I don't know if there's weirwood trees on Pike. I don't think I've ever heard them talk about it. Because I mean, my whole thing was they wanted to be in front of weirwoods so it could be recorded, but weirwoods that no other green seer can look into and see what was really mashed out.
If the weirwood trees are actually, representing the old green seers, because apparently you go underground into the network when you die if you're a green seer.
Right.
That's what it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe that's where the first weirwood trees are. So they're doing the pact in front of the very first.
It could
people.
be. Valid point, man. It could be.
Like the OG. I don't know. I have
It's
no
something
idea.
to think about, though. That's just something I've been meaning to bring up in our chat. But we'll get back to the show. We'll talk about that later. And if you guys have any questions, just at Christy, because she loves this show. At Christy and your question, and we'll find it.
Yes.
Isn't the Seastone chair made of weirwood? No.
Is it?
I thought it was that black oily stone or whatever, the black stone. Am I wrong on that? I always thought the Seastone chair was actual stone. It was like that black stone that the base of the high tower is on, and it's like a random black oily stone that
it's just I thought it was just a black stone. I mean, it's kind of like in the name, the sea stone chair.
Valid point.
Unless it was petrified wood.
Well, I mean, it looks like stone, feels like stone, but I don't think it's weirwood at all. No,
Well,
because
Driftmark has a wooden. Driftmark has a wooden throne.
Yeah, the only wooden throne I could think of that's weirwood-esque, isn't that in the Vale?
Yes.
Yeah. Theirs is weird.
There is one in the Vale.
Well, the chair,
the black stone things that pop up now and again seems to be from the Empire of the Great Empire of Dawn or whatever.
Yeah,
I think they're the ones who made it.
I agree with you on that.
And
they
was
were much
pre-Valyrian.
And a dope thing. We're going way off topic. A dope thing about the Great Empire of the Dawn, or what their actual name is, I might have screwed that up. But their kings or emperors, their emperors were always named like a color, like a jewel color or a stone color. Yeah. And the order they go in is the order Dany's vision sees people's eyes. There's a moment where she's like just throwing out these people's eye color, and it's the exact emperor to emperor for the Great Empire of the Dawn.
Also, House Dane descends directly from the Great Empire of Dawn. That they were, the people who walked over from the Dorne thing that got smashed by the
arm
forest, and his sword is named Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, dude, definitely. They're a first man house down in Dorne, so they just found a good plot of land and said, we're keeping this one. The Isle of Faces is removed from the weirwood net. The official art has the weirwood with green leaves. I believe it is from this year's calendar. Oh, someone can look for that.
Also, apparently, there's an out of the Night Fort. The throne there is made of weirwood as well.
Yes.
In the night port? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the abandoned castle.
Yeah. The door below it is Weirwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
There's
that.
the weird. Well, yeah. There's. Isn't there a weirwood inside there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little scraggly one growing in there.
Yeah, because you know when Bran and them pass through, something drips from the roots onto Bran, and it tastes salty and stuff. It's blood.
Oh,
Yeah, because people are trapped inside weirwood trees.
real quick,
Yes.
Christy's got to go. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you, Christy.
I am so like I've been dealing with the shit all day. I thought I was done. There's a sprinkler that in my apartment area outside that's busted. It pops up, but there's no water. There's a so
It ends up in your.
Oh
place?
yeah, like my carpet is soaked. They have the carpet is cut up all in my living room, and it's now leaking again.
Yeah. Oh man.
Sorry.
And I don't leave this place until February of next year.
Oh god, that's awesome. Good luck with that, buddy.
But have fun. This was great. Like listening to you.
Thank you.
I've been listening to y'all like with headphones while I'm like literally mopping up water right now. But
Well, we love you for that.
thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next week. Okay.
Thanks, Christy.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Say bye.
Tina, why don't you go on? Because I did not watch the tapestry. I was just listening. So they did update
I
it.
did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. They just added at the very end. They had Jaehaerys laying on his little funeral thing, eyes closed, and the stuff, the thing that Helena was embroidering, and then right after that, they had a scene of a couple of the rat catchers being hung.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed
But
that.
did
now
the
I know I
sticking
can't
have to go
skip you.
across the kid's neck? Like, I mean, really? They were like so on the nose with it.
Yeah,
I thought it was awesome.
It definitely was, and now I know that I can't skip the intro anymore. I skip it 1 week, and they change it.
Yeah.
Well, last week, it had Jaehaerys that part on there. They just didn't have the rat catchers.
Yeah, and I of course skipped it over last week, so I
Well,
didn't see them.
definitely
going to
look at it.
until today. Yeah.
Everybody
Definitely looking at
Google.
it next week. See what they included about the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that they're going to have Rainey doing her fall thing. You know, that would be pretty cool if that was part of the
See-
tapestry. And you know what? All of you that do counted cross stitch, let's all get working. Let's do that
That'd be
sick
dope.
stuff. Make our own.
That
oh my
would
gosh,
be
because
so
I'm
cool.
a
kind of
cross-
hoping that she got burnt instead of got crushed, because that was like, if you saw the way that she fell, like she hit the ground before the dragon did, so she would have just been splattered.
Right.
Yeah, because the
But
dragon
in the-
landed on
but-
top of her.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
she was
but
strapped
in
in.
the book, she was so badly burnt they couldn't even tell whether it was her.
Right. This one, well, she probably did burn up too because it definitely set a lot of fire. But yeah, that's
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
working
she
on
was
my
able to
cross
just
stitch. I wish they
explode.
would get a George R.R. Martin.
cross
Game of
stitch.
Thrones
Give him
cross
another
stitch pattern.
another
I would
idea to
totally do
work
it.
on something, Tina. Give him another idea.
No, let's
Um,
do it. Well, there are ways. There are ways you can do it.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
I think they have patterns for the banners with the sigils.
Oh, that's
Yes,
dope.
those I've seen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
How could I cross stitch a house spork one? That would be cool.
Well,
Definitely.
just tell me what
need,
you want it. Tell me what you want it to look like.
All right.
I need the
We'll work on it.
Stannis one, the burning heart.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
do you like
so-
Stannis? Do you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know you
Yeah.
like Stannis. Yeah, that's
I
That's
happen
pretty,
to have a pattern.
I'm a stickler for justice.
there's your burning hat.
Darn right.
Yeah,
Well,
there
you know
it
what?
is.
You've got girls sporking. Get them to work.
I will. They got little fingers. They could do it.
Yeah, perfect.
Exactly.
Probably.
Damn 'em
Oh,
all.
I thought you were talking about Edwin.
Do not talk about Edwin that way, okay? Edwin's wait a minute.
Edwin's
Pretty sure-
non-binary.
Well,
Yeah.
he does
I-
have
I'm
his
trying-
pronouns.
Yeah, I'd be willing to teach Edwin how to cross stitch if they decide they want.
First to know, my pronouns are so thank you.
Did you just
What
call
the
Edwin
hell was
he?
that?
That's
said-
Edwin.
First to know, my pronouns are so thank you.
I incorrectly.
So, hey everybody, welcome to this dump. What a gay name. It wishes it was gay, actually.
I didn't do that one. That was
Well,
good. All right.
I know
so
what the pronouns are, though.
the pronouns are
It's Ed Winds of Winter.
Edwin's a winter. That's good.
Well,
that's pretty
unlike
cool.
that, at least Ed Winds of Winter actually came out.
Yeah,
I was-
all kinds of stuff apparently.
I was wondering something. I think I brought it up a little
What,
bit
nothing
before.
on that one, Spork? Really?
I missed what you said. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said, unlike Ed Winds of Winter, Ed Winds of Winter actually came out.
Oh my God, he did. He did. I mean, did. Ah, son of a bitch, you got me. on
Does he blow though, like the Winds of Winter?
You would have to ask him. Her. Ask. Anyways, why are you doing that to me? I'm all large and in charge. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. When she kept going back, Rainey's kept going back to fight, thinking pretty much knowing she's going to die. Do you think she did that? Not, and other people said she lost her kids, lost her crown. And
Yeah, but she gained a new hot stepson.
Well, she did. Two. I don't know if she knows about the second, but did she go out that way because like her daughter wanted to go out a dragon rider, but didn't? Like she's like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die a dragon rider.
Well, in the book, I think she does it for that reason. I think in the show, she does it for both reasons, where she could have prevented the war. It wasn't her war to start or end, but
yeah,
now she figures, well,
she could have ended it.
The least she could do.
She could have ended it. Let's not forget that. Yeah, Jane, I'm fully behind December 2024 too. I think Stig also believes it'll be around the end of this year, beginning.
I think it'll be announced this year,
like November-ish.
That I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but I was spot on about how far in he was, though. Remember that?
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
By deduction, I didn't have any contacts or anything. It was just, yeah.
No, you got to.
He's a green seer. Confirmed.
You just got to say sources. That's what everybody does. Just my sources told me. Yeah, those Vikings.
Actually, I actually did have sources for shit.
I know you do.
The Wheel of Time show
Mm-hmm.
announced it here a year and a half before it was announced.
I saw a commercial. I think Rings of Power 2, second season, coming out.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be.
That's at the end of August, right?
That comes out the week after the show finishes.
I think we should cover
they
it.
didn't want to go up against him.
We should cover it.
The Rings of No Brain Power.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's
nice.
terrible show. Terrible show.
Oh, but this time they're going to be faithful. This time they're going to be faithful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they still
okay.
have hobbits in there.
Perfect. So let me I just want to go back to Alison Rivers. They describe her in the book as a serving wench who did we already do this? Dabbled in potions and spells, a wood witch, and a malign enchantress who bathed in the blood of virgins to preserve her youth. So I'm not getting that from this one.
That's Elizabeth Bathory.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like she I don't know, like they're making me think she's a vision. She's not real. And Damon's just imagining her.
It's always weird when you see only one character interact. We've seen too many TV series and shows that do that. And the big twist at the end of the season is, I'm in your head all along.
I see.
Yeah, it's like,
the boys.
Dead people.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they just did that same thing on The Boys.
But the Boys one was so obvious.
My kind of woman. Yeah, it was terrible. It was. But you guys have anything else you want to touch on, Tina? Anything you want to defend or talk about?
I don't think so.
No, you're good.
No, I loved it. It was awesome.
All right. Anybody else? I don't want to miss anything because I know Teresa had some stuff.
Competent, and I hate when they do that. Cole was smart. He was clever. He was charismatic. I hate it when I like him.
Yeah, he chopped off a head too.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
Lord of. That was the Lord of. It starts with a D. The town. Right.
Yeah. He's
Duskendale. Duskendale was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
because
Well, that
his
was
son's
the
on
whole
Rhaenyra's
Destiny.
council.
Yeah. You say that, Teresa?
Oh, I was just affirming that. But what I
But
wanted
it
to
was
talk about.
Darklyn, though.
I'm sorry,
But
real quick.
Darklyn, I thought Darklyn was the one who was beheaded
Oh.
by Krista, and because they haven't fought at Duskendale yet.
Okay, valid point. We just mix those two up. We do that sometime. Thank you, Tina.
He
So
mixed
we
up our
sound better.
D's on Hot D.
All right. But Teresa, what were you going to say?
I wanted to give a shout out to the way that they did the Black Council. First of all,
Mhm.
all the were being super bitchy because I think that the way they showed it was the Black Council was being very reasonable. Rhaenyra disappeared
Mm-hmm.
for days and they didn't know. And I liked the
Right.
way that Jace kind of called her out. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, if you'd have been captured or killed. So
Mhm.
2 thumbs up for that. I'm annoyed at the way that they're making the main characters, especially the women, talk down to the Black Council men. Like when Baylor was
Mhm.
like, well, when you have a dragon, then
Yeah.
you can maybe tell me. And of course, I was very annoyed, very girl bossy. And then it did occur to me, since I was bitching about it last night, that maybe they actually are setting up what the people on that Black Council are going to do to Rhaenyra.
Mm.
So because of the way that she was so incompetent,
Yeah.
the way that she and Bela and all of them are talking down to them.
Mhm.
So maybe, spoiler, when they switch sides, they're setting this up. So I do forgive them now for that, if that's where the direction they're going to go.
If that's where it's going.
Because we did bitch and complain about Danny just changing overnight. So I'm going to give the writers the benefit of the doubt that perhaps they are setting up Rhaenyra kind of sucking so that what happens at King's Landing will not be such a shock.
Right.
And I thought
So-
Bela was just being badass, trying to be like her
father.
grandmother, more like
Oh,
her
yeah.
grandmother.
Yeah.
And say, like, I'm going
Also,
to
she
take your
should
shit.
have just said I was obeying my queen's orders. She told me not to
Yeah.
engage. I didn't.
Right.
But the
Right.
way that she said it, I'm just saying that they might be setting up why these people are being pissed off. Like that particular person she said that to is going to be the
Yeah.
one that's really going to turn on Rhaenyra. I'm just saying they're
Yeah.
setting it
Yeah.
up.
Man, no, that's a
Well-
valid point.
We also got confirmation that she told no one that she was leaving.
Right.
How did they literally the night before they had someone break in, try to kill the queen. Next day she's gone, and none of them
Right.
are panicking. I didn't get
No,
that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Like the idea that they just gave her a stern talking, like you weren't here. And where'd you go? I went to King's Landing. Oh, great. Like, yeah, right there, people should have been like, what are you doing? We're in the middle of a war and you're sneaking in to talk to Alicent, who has no power. She has no power. And you should have known that already just from some of the things that have happened since the death of since the attack with the twins,
Viserys.
I guess.
Well, it's
Because
like,
she
why
has
did you
no
go
control.
over there? Well, I had to confirm my friend was a fucking idiot.
Right, but if she had any power, the twin wouldn't have been sent. Eric and Eric. If she had the pull that, Rhaenyra is hoping she has, that wouldn't have happened, and she should have known that already. Okay, she has no control over what's going on because she never would have approved of this. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh, speaking of the twins, the actor who plays Eric said he was the one that actually killed himself. It wasn't Eric.
oh, it was Eric.
Yeah, it was Eric. It was so Eric died defending the queen, and he killed his brother. And he's like, I can't believe this is what my king has made me do. That's why he said to Rhaenyra. I was just like, oh, that's a bit of a different dynamic.
Oh my God! So he
Oh,
kills
really?
himself. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
No, wait a
That
second.
doesn't
No, the
make
director actually
sense.
confirmed that was Eric, not Eric, who killed himself.
but the guy who plays Eric said he was the one that did that scene.
Maybe he didn't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe they all don't know what they're talking about because there was also contradictory stuff about the dragon eggs. by different people.
Right. Jane be killing everybody. What's up, one man? I hope you got a notification this time. I know a lot of people out there aren't getting them, so guys, share it when we're done, and come back on YouTube and Rumble and just put a comment. I don't care. You
Just
can
tell
put
us everything that we got wrong, and we'll read them out next
tell us
week.
everything. That would be great. Everything we got wrong, we'll read it again. So Aegon again is being portrayed as he's being just giving, everybody else is taking care of this war. He has nothing to do with it. That bothered me a little bit when his brother and Cole planned this whole thing, and then he just says screw it and flies out there, making him look like a moron for getting either killed. I mean, maybe they're just making us think he died because, spoiler, he doesn't. But it looked pretty freaking bad the way they were reacting to it. So do you think next week we will see Aegon, or will he be dead?
I think if they were to kill him off, it would definitely confirm that this is not the book. I think that's the one way. If they want to put that nail in the coffin and just go, no, we are two different canons. That's how you do it.
Yeah. What do you guys think? They kill him or no?
I don't think they're gonna kill him.
No.
So it'll go the route. He's alive, so it'll just go the route of the book, hopefully, because I mean his dragon looks like it's going definitely to die, but I know in the book it doesn't. So are they gonna save the dragon too? And it just kind of roams around that area.
It roams around eating sheep.
They supposedly took care of him at Rook's Rest, or tried not to get eaten while taking care of him at Rook's Rest until he goes to Dragonstone.
Yeah. I think they're going to do that because they showed that both of them were alive at the end. Blink and you'll miss it. You see that Aegon's alive and you see the dragon still alive. So I think they're going to hold to that. I really hope they do, because it's quite kind of awesome. The one line that Aegon says right before the big goodbye to Rhaenyra. That's pretty badass. I want that actor to pull off that line.
I hope so too.
Even though I don't like it
to do it.
Say that again?
I said it has to be him that does it, because who else would be around then to do it?
Right.
Yeah. Well, and Joffrey already spoiled it in Game of Thrones, so they have to.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Oh my god, yeah. This is.
Yeah, when he was talking to Marjorie. Yeah.
I just want people to know, like, I might tear the episode apart when we're doing reviews, but I am enjoying the show. It's just like when I watch it the first time, I just enjoy it. And then when I start thinking about it, I'm like, what the hell? But like, I do enjoy these episodes. It's way better than what we got, but I'm just scared that it'll veer back to a season 8 Game of Thrones style. And that's what really scares me, where, there's no common sense at all. There's, things happen just to keep the plot going, like, you have.
Well, at least they took their time bringing Rhaenyra back. I'll give them credit with that one. It wasn't like she was there at the beginning of the episode,
right? And
so that would have been annoying.
That would have been annoying. Yeah, you're right. But we have the complete story. You know what I mean? It's not like they need to guess what happened. We have the complete story, unlike Game of Thrones. Just use it. That's how I feel.
Yeah, they are referencing season 8 of Game of Thrones though, with that stupid damn dagger. The prince that was promised in this canon is neither a prince nor a Targaryen. It's Arya Stark.
Right. Oh God.
So why the hell?
Yeah, but she identifies as Targaryen. That counts.
Didn't someone defend that? Was that you, Tina, last week, that said Jon Snow brought everybody together? Yeah. So he was the prince that was promised?
Yep.
Yeah,
because the promise said that he would unite the people against the realms of darkness. Absolutely.
Well, first of all, there is no, Night King or Night's King in the book. So like that whole thing was made for the show.
Years ago, but it was a different character.
It was just, that was the 13th Lord Commander.
All of a sudden in the TV show, when they started using the Night King, all the characters knew it was the Night King, even though they hadn't even seen him.
That's true.
I think it's in season 6. All of a sudden, Davos starts saying, "Oh yeah, we need to unite and fight the Night King." Like,
Yeah.
where the hell did you get that name from? It was never used in the show before that.
It was in the
Oh my
script.
God. It was right there in the script for him.
Well, I think they're
They
doing
had
the
read it.
whole Song of Ice and Fire so they can try and correct what happened.
Yeah.
Game of
Well,
Thrones.
they're fucking it up though, because it wasn't even Aemon the Conqueror that had the dream. It was Rhaegar.
Right. Well, Rhaegar
So-
didn't have a dream. I thought he found some.
Yeah, didn't he find some?
He found
scrolls
an
or
old
something?
prophecy.
Right, of that
Yeah.
Yeah.
came from
Yeah,
Aegon.
because he came out and said he needed a sword because he had to learn to be a great warrior, and that's
Yeah, it
pretty
was
much
like something clicked in him too.
yeah, yeah,
You know what? This would be typical of George, I think. You know, the prince that was promised.
hmm
Maybe it was Rhaegar all along, and he's dead. Things just went poor, and the prince that was promised actually died.
Oh shit! That's,
That
make a
would
lot more
definitely subvert all kinds of tropes. Because I don't think George Martin's going to have like a chosen one kind of
no.
hero because he doesn't do that.
He wants you
So
to
no
think
Azor
he
Ahai
will.
or anything?
What?
He'll want you to think there's a chosen one, but
Yeah.
No.
It's just, well, maybe there was,
mm.
but he got killed off.
But even
Did he have
Rhaegar
a
in
sword
the
made of fire?
but even Rhaegar in that that's Azor Ahai.
Yeah.
I don't think the Prince that promised Azor Ahai and the Last Hero are the same character. I know a lot of people think they are, but I have a feeling they are three separate characters that help defeat the others. And it wasn't just one of them that was able to push them back. They all did it in different places to push them back.
Well, if it was three people, right? The dragon must have three heads.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Makes me sound even
I don't
smarter
know.
right there. I don't know.
But
I don't know.
I think there's no chosen one. I think it might have been Rhaegar, and then he died.
Right.
The world.
Rhaegar
fucked
did
up and
say-
killed him.
But didn't
So you're
Rhaegar
saying it's all Robert's fault?
Well,
Yeah.
well, it could be everything. But didn't Rhaegar even say like the vision Danny had? He said he thought it was him, and even Aemon, Maester Aemon said for a time he thought it was him, and then he realized it would be his son. So I don't. Maybe
Rhaegar
it
never
was-
got that
Well, no, maybe it was
realization.
the Aegon that died, or Phaegon.
No, I don't.
Maybe
think
he is the real savior, and he gets killed by Danny. Oh my
Yep.
God, that's it. That's it.
Maybe.
Right
That would be
there.
I
awesome.
don't know.
Because
On the other hand,
more.
Tina,
Yeah.
I would love it if that's what they decide to do. I really would love it if they redo the whole Game of Thrones. I just don't have that much hope. I
We're
don't.
gonna
they
do
have
the.
that- They have that
If they
fucking
do a
dagger,
series,
though.
if they do a series for another 10 years, yeah, they could easily do a reboot within this universe's
Well, isn't that what?
continuity.
But isn't that what Star Wars is doing? They're doing all these shows to reboot the sequel.
No, but what
Oh,
I'm saying
no,
is, I'm
no,
talking.
no.
I'm talking about an actual proper,
No.
like canonical, like House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones are in two separate timelines, two different things. But by the time they can get around and they've done all the stories and they're back up to Game of Thrones, they can recast. That's going to be 10, 15 years down the track.
Yeah,
They can redo
mean,
it all again.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna have Duncan Egg.
Absolutely they can.
Yeah.
But here's that damn dagger is.
But they
not
can
a-
have the dagger. The dagger can be a part of the dagger can be a part of both universes and not be the same thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, but in the books, it's not a damn thing. It's
Yeah, I know it's not a damn thing, but
it's a dagger Joffrey stole from
Yeah, from Robert.
Robert's wagon. It's
Yeah.
just a dagger.
Yeah, it's
Or
a dope
you
dagger.
or they could just pull a Harry Potter like they're doing with that. I think
Ah, I
we'd
can't
all
wait.
be in favor.
make them all gay and black.
Yeah, once they finish it all up, that we
Yeah.
actually get a whole redone thing. But that's neither here.
We
nor
will be
there.
covering that. I hope you know that we will be covering that series when it comes out on Monday nights. Because yes, this is a Spork of Ice and Fire, but I freaking love the Harry Potter world, so we are covering that.
Mm.
We do it all here at Sporking News. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you everybody for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Jane and Johnny and all you guys in the chat that have been just active. Thank you so much. Southern Bell 7777, One Man Show showing up. Thank you, buddy. Tina talking her shit. And everybody else who was here. I really appreciate it. Anybody have anything they want to share? Teresa?
Oh, well, you can find me here in Miss Smart Muses, where I talk about what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. I am going through the Fire and Blood, what is in the text as we are going through the show. So please stay tuned on my channel along with that, or go ahead and watch some of the playlists or that I have for House of the Dragon. I also, of course, cover a lot of Tolkien and anything else I darn well want to. That's why I muse. So like, share, and subscribe. I'm at 1112. So let's make it 1113.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And before we go on, Mason, Free Folk of the Fandom, is a panelist, but he works Monday nights right now. So guys, if we can get him over 100 subscribers, I'd love it. I'd love it. So I will get his link as others close out, and please subscribe to Mason. All right. Anybody else have anything they would like to talk about?
I have a stream on Wednesday on Morris channel. It's our monthly top 10 movie thing. We're doing 1989 now. So we're finishing off at the 80s decade with this show. So,
oh man.
So it's our top 10 favorites of
give
89.
Just give me a little something. What was great in 89?
Lethal Weapon 2, Indiana Jones 3, Batman. There's a lot of good stuff in 89.
Okay.
But yeah. So, we're having fun doing that, talking about things we like. And there's a lot of odd movies that we add to those lists because it's, movies we had when we were kids. So nostalgia factors in, right?
Amen, man. Amen on that. And a live Sporking. Yes, I am live. Thank you. Thank you, Stig. Tina, and your bad takes, and say hello to good takes too.
I will say hello to Good Takes, and check out Ascended Art Podcast Friday nights around 8:00 Eastern. I take Ambien about an hour in while I'm in the chats, and then try to guess the song trivia that they play at the end of the stream. So it's rather amusing, and everybody really kind of appreciates it and makes a whole lot of fun of me about it. So come join us.
That is hilarious. So that's Vinny Art's channel.
Actually, no, this one is Ascendant Art Podcast. That's
Ascendant Art.
Yeah.
Slender Dad. Yep, those guys are awesome. I always mean to jump on. One of these nights I will. Thanks, Johnny. Good stuff, bro, and do a lot of porking. I think we all should. Grant?
Yeah, I'll just be around this same time next week. But Stig, you make sure that when you're doing your movie things on 1989, you've got to include the manliest manly movie that ever did manly, and that's Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
It might be on.
Yeah.
I watched it a lot when I was a kid. A friend of mine had it on VHS. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, I broke out VHS.
Good odds for that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. And before we leave, also,
where's the best place for content on the world of Ice and Fire?
Right over there. See where I am pointing with my dagger? I just found
Sporking News Podcast with me, Sporking. Make sure you like and subscribe.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a great night. See you guys next week in the chat. Share it with your friends and family. Let's get this thing up over 100 people watching, but we had 57 tonight, so thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Yay.
Bye.
Thank you.